Hi, I'm Lizabeth.
And I'm Cindy.
And we're here with another feeding frenzy for A Course in Weight Loss. And we are on lesson 14.
Yeah.
14.
Yeah. But we're going to talk a little bit about 13 first. Because we need to talk about the God box.
Yeah, we do.
Mm-hmm.
You know, she has suggestions of what to write on pieces of paper. But we were given, when we went through the Master Prosperity Teacher Training with Edwin Gaines, we were given a box of her cards. Mm-hmm. And
they already had most
of them. Aren't they God's Promises or something like that?
Standing on God's Promises.
Standing on God's Promises. That's the title of it. And it was just a small little purple box, and they had scriptures on them. So, and we decided that we would put a link on our website where you could go and buy those cards as well if you needed some for yourself. The ones that we're going to put up there that are available are Holy Relationship cards, God's Promises, Prosperity cards, Sweet Success, Heart cards, and Excellent Health cards. Cool. So that may help.
Okay, so what did you think about the God box?
It was a good idea. It really was.
Have you had to use it yet?
I haven't yet. I'm going to, but I haven't yet.
Yeah.
I think it's a really good idea because it also gives me time to think, okay, now God's speaking to me. Mm-hmm. You know? And so it's really neat to just reach in there and be able to grab a card.
But I think it takes habit to remember to go reach in there and get a card.
Yeah, it does. It
does. Remind me the next time.
Okay. Every time you walk by there. Let's say, grab a card. Well, you might need it that much. Depending on your mood.
Never mind. I'm fixing to go grab one now. Okay, lesson 14 is about allowing the pain.
Allowing the pain.
I don't like this one.
What?
It's depressing. Well, I don't know. I take that back. I like it okay. It's just that how many times do I have to dig this stuff up? You know,
until it's gone.
But I thought it was gone. So I had that long car drive today on the way to that meeting, and I thought, okay, if there's any more pain, let me have it. You know,
God, that's a harsh prayer, isn't it?
Oh yeah, but that's the way I feel about it. It's like, oh,
I don't know that I would do that behind the wheel of a car. You know, then you end up in a wreck. I'm just.
No, I'm just thinking because I've dealt with all of the pain. I feel like I've dealt with it over and over and over again. And I'm done with it, and I'm over it, and I don't want to drag it back up again.
Okay, but for some, they may be talking about past pain. All right? But then there may be pain that you're experiencing now.
Okay.
That may be still in the subconscious that you just haven't consciously gotten to. So if you're not finding something, I would say, if you're not finding something immediately, then I would just be open to recovering.
Well, I'm open to
it.
There. I think it's a great idea. I do not want to stuff it in my flesh anymore. And I'm sure I have. Otherwise, I wouldn't have the extra weight.
Exactly.
So I am open to figuring out what I may have left to deal with. But I don't like dragging things up for the sake of dragging them up again.
I get that. It's just talking about allowing it.
Okay.
If it comes up.
Okay.
I don't think anybody's telling you got to go digging.
Okay.
All right. Or making up something that's not there.
Well, from now on, when I have pain, I'm going to just feel it. You just have to deal with it. Okay.
Well, good. You know, we got a bat around here somewhere.
You don't have to add to the pain.
Well, I could. I mean, if you're actually looking for something to dig up, I can help you. You know?
No, I'm not looking for something to dig up. That's just it. I feel like she's...
Okay, so maybe that's not speaking to you as loudly as some of the rest of us, you know? Okay. And that's okay, too.
Did it speak to you?
Well, sure. Of course. You know, I went through, oh my gosh, 18 straight months of therapy getting over my childhood, you know, and thought, okay already, I'm through, you know. But then I realized that even in the everyday, I'll have something that'll lead me to something else that I didn't realize was still there and cover something new. And I realized that I've got to quit stuffing or restuffing whatever it brings up in the moment. So I don't necessarily have something I need to address right now, you know, but I am willing to let whatever it is come up whenever it's triggered.
Okay. All right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So, I'm willing to allow the trigger and allow to bring up whatever it brings up in me. And then I'll address it then rather than stuffing it back down. Or if I have a new pain, I'm willing to.
Okay, I get that. I am willing to allow pain when the pain shows up, but I don't want to go dig. Did you find it helpful to put the books, pick out the books or movies, and put them on the altar?
I don't know yet. We listed them. That was another thing. What, I got to go get movies now? No, we felt like it was sufficient enough just to list them. Mm-hmm. And I think it's...
And we did put our list on
the altar. Yeah, we put the list on the altar. But each one that I thought about, you're supposed to think about something that I guess that brings on great emotion. And each one of them I thought of, it was just heart-wrenching. But not for the same reasons. I guess I watched them the first time. Mm-hmm. So that was different. Mm-hmm. And I do plan on, let's get them and watch them again and see where we're at this time, in the future. Yeah. So that one is one, I don't know if it has. I'll have to wait and see. Okay. I'm not noticing anything in the immediate, but I'm not saying that it hasn't.
Fair enough.
I'm allowing for whatever might come of it. But this isn't one that I'm seeing an immediate result from. And that's okay too.
Good. Okay.
I'm just willing to allow it. Whatever.
Well, I can do that. I can let the pain come instead of trying to stop it. Yeah.
Cry when you need to.
Yeah. I think I pretty much do that now.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm crying. You get better.
I do a whole lot more than I used to. Who wants to cry all the time?
I'm not saying cry all the time.
That's what it feels like.
Yeah. You got enough drama from the teenagers.
I know, exactly. I get enough crying from them. I want to cry more.
It's still good stuff.
No, I don't try to hide it anymore like I used to, like I was taught to. So,
but the whole point is to feel it rather than eating it.
Stuff it.
Like she
says.
And
then we've talked about this before. I allow myself an hour or so to get over it. Mm-hmm. Isn't that long enough?
I don't know. Sometimes it is and sometimes it isn't. You learned that too, didn't you?
Yeah.
Okay. Sometimes it is and sometimes it isn't. I'm willing to honor the time it takes, whatever that time is.
Yeah. Okay. I don't feel like I stuff it. I feel like I pause it sometimes, depending on what's going on. Just like the girls can pause.
That makes me madly insane. Do you know that?
Yeah, but I think sometimes we need to pause it. I mean, it's appropriate behavior in some places, in other places.
Well,
in
pausing it just another way. Just hold on to it for a while. Just
for a little while until you can get in an appropriate place again, or time. I don't want to air my dirty laundry out in front of everybody and be emotional just in front of anybody and everybody. And if I've got to go do something or go be somewhere, then it's nice to have a pause button to say, okay, I'm not denying this. I'm just putting it off until I get back home or until I get with so-and-so who can help me through this or whatever. But I don't think, oh my God, I just don't like being a drama queen.
I don't
want to stuff it, but I do think it's okay to put it on pause for a little while.
That's not one I've been able to do. Okay. I guess I'm just not like them. I can't just say, okay, pause and go and giggle and shop for 3 hours and then come back and start over again. I don't get that. I really don't.
Okay.
I don't get it. But that's, the difference in the way they cope and the way I do. It's different. Doesn't mean it's wrong.
Right. Well, and I think there are some things I can't put on pause. I'm not saying everything, but just some things. And I think sometimes we have to pick just like we have to pick our battles, we have to pick our time and place to deal with that emotion.
Sure. That's the point, is to deal with it.
I mean, life does go on. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And I think there's a point where you got to quit letting it overcome you and move on. Mm-hmm. There's a difference in feeling it and wallowing in it.
Oh, definitely.
And I think some people make it a habit to wallow in it.
Some people make it a career.
Mm-hmm. And I don't I don't think that's what she's talking about at
No,
all.
it's not.
And I don't think that we should see that as a license to just feel it all the time.
No. But there is a season,
Right. There's a time and place for everything, and everything, just like with the food, everything in moderation. I think it's also with the emotion, everything in moderation, and it needs to be the amount equal to the energy.
Yeah.
And some of us just don't require as much energy, I think, as others in certain circumstances.
That's true.
So
That's true.
Deal with that kind of stuff relatively quickly, I think.
You do.
And some people don't. So I have to work on judging other people for not.
I'm just going to let that one lie.
Thanks.
You're welcome. See, I'm being nice. Do you see this? I'm modeling it.
How are you doing with your food choices?
I am really doing well.
Good. I know you went out to eat today.
I did. I had lunch with my best friend, and I chose to order the appetizer, so I automatically had a smaller portion coming rather than a full meal. And then I decided after about half of the appetizer, the appetizer is only a small plate, I got chicken nachos, and it was only about this big, a small plate. And I decided about halfway through that I was no longer hungry.
Good for
I
you.
decided to stop. So I only ate about half of it, and I was really pleased.
Good.
Really, really pleased. I wasn't hungry anymore, but I wasn't starving either.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just enough, like David has suggested. Once you're eating about 400 calories at a sitting, then, you'll be hungry again in another couple of hours, 3 hours or whatever. And so I'm learning how to allow my body to use it and then allow it to be hungry again.
Good.
And it's working pretty well. That is another way that I can allow myself to have what I want and not feel guilty about it.
Mm-hmm.
Because every time I would sit down, if I ate the whole thing, or if I got a whole order, and the whole order is
Huge.
platter size, you know what I'm saying?
For 4 people.
If I had ordered the full order and even eaten half of the full order, that's probably double an appetizer size, I would have felt so bad for having eaten it. So I am really happy with the way things are going, and I don't feel like I'm depriving myself.
Good.
That's something else too.
Good. Yeah. I felt good.
How about you?
I didn't eat out today, but I felt good yesterday going to Pat and Carolyn's for the ceremony, and Carolyn's such a good cook, and she always
She's an
had
excellent
something
cook.
yummy. And I quit before I got done. I quit before my plate was empty. I didn't quit before I got done. I probably ate more than I should have, but I still left some on my plate, and for me that's huge. But I didn't deprive myself of anything I wanted. I just tried to be smart about it and quit when I felt full. I ate more than I should have, but I still did better than I would have. So I think every small progress is progress.
Oh, absolutely.
And when I got on the scale yesterday or the day before, I was down another pound. So
yay! Good for you.
So we'll see when I go back to the gym what it says on that scale. But for me, I feel like this is working. I feel better about my choices. I feel better about the portions, and I feel better. Period.
Yeah, me too.
So something's working. Yeah. And I think a lot of it's just what's going on in there and getting rid of those rocks in our back.
Well, you and I both know that once we address our spiritual issues, that whatever else that we're trying to achieve will just naturally follow. And I'm seeing that as well.
Right. I don't feel deprived, and I don't feel like I'm on a diet, So I just feel good about where we're going and where we're at.
Me too. It's just good stuff.
It is good stuff.
Stream.